What is going on, everyone? My name is Northy and I am here for the really late video for tonight. We've got ourselves obviously the round 12 review. I think it's round 12. My god, is this year going down quickly. But I am here to go through our Teamcoach weekend and see how we've done, because obviously last week had its goods and bads, but this time around we're going to have a few answers and we are going to have a look to see if our success is starting to pile on. And I'm really excited in certain areas, man. It's a really exciting time. Officially pretty much at the midway point. So lots of things shaping up. Hopefully we can keep some good form going into the rest of the season. But if you guys do find yourself enjoying this video at any point, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you are new. Everything is always very much appreciated. And I can only thank you very much for tuning into this one in the first place. It's all very much appreciated. And with that being said, let us get into our round 12 review. Cool, so we've got ourselves here the homepage as per usual. We're going to check out the tips first. Now, if you remember with my tips in the preview, we didn't actually have any thought behind it. We just started pressing random teams for the most part and seeing how that went. And not even that helped us out. 2 out of 7. Man, I am just there is no winning for me. I cannot do well. We got the Carlton one right, so we started off the week really good and then flopped the rest of it. I went Collingwood over the Dogs. That was the random Dogs game where they've decided to show up. Hawks ended up beating the Crows, which is honestly kind of not surprising now, considering how Adelaide have kind of fallen off, and Hawks are back on the rise, which is good to see. The Eagles just narrowly losing to St Kilda. A lot of people expected it to be a close game, as it was, but I think a lot of people thought that Eagles would take the Shockies in that one, considering how poor Saints have been. But credit to them, they took that one away, and that hopefully will kickstart something good for them. But next up, we've got Geelong beating Richmond. It looked a bit scary, but they finally got that win that's been eluding them for a month. I didn't think it'd be tough to be a Cats supporter this year, but they're giving them heart attacks. Melbourne getting pumped by 3-0. That was a big shocker. At Alice Springs, I do not know how to really kind of take that, but I mean, it just makes me question this year even more, this crazy year that's been. But then we've got Gold Coast versus Essendon, and honestly, I'm kind of happy Gold Coast won, because it means maybe, just maybe, they are finals tier this year. And my god, I just need them to make it so I can stop being giving out pity points to them. Just be a normal AFL team. And that's coming from a North fan. But we're going to move on to our game modes as per usual. Let's have a look at the Star Powers. Now, Star Powers, no change to the usual. It's the one we usually have the best success with, and it was kind of successful. It wasn't too bad. You can see out of the top 10, we were 8 points off. The 10th place player has 560 points. We had 552, so we're not far off the top. But like we mentioned the other week, because we had forgotten to save our selection, our season rank has tanked. It's finally showing the result for that. And rank 33 is so tough. So tough, man. You miss out on 1 week and it ruins the rest. It is very hurtful, but now all we have to do is worry about what our round is looking like, our round scores. We don't need to worry about the season over here. That's a-okay. But we head over to Ultra Star Powers and you'll see some different things. So obviously we had to change up the team Star Powers that we usually have, because we don't have Lockie Whitfield playing this week. We did manage to pick the best of the ones we had. For some reason, I have barely got any defensive Dynamo cards, so we went with Tom Stewart, and okay, that's all right. He did the best we possibly could have. Nick Dacos with an all right game. He actually absolutely got fathered. I couldn't think of a different word, but he got ruined by the Dogs, and Bontempelli in particular with a crazy performance. Man, that's prime Bont that showed up that night, man. That was crazy. But Sarong with his usual good performance at the moment, sitting around that 103 to 107 range is usually what it ends up being. Nick Martin just under 100, not that far under though, so nothing really to stress about. And then our Trailblazer, honestly, considering that 5 seasons so far, 84 is okay. I'll take 84 considering the circumstances, and you know what? It helped us get a pretty alright score. We had ourselves 773, nowhere near a prize card, but honestly, considering the cards we were using, we ended up having a pretty decent week. It's nothing too special, but I'm happy with it. But unfortunately, that means no prize cards. Like, honestly, both sides did fairly well. Maxi Gorn, 122 is literally his season average, so it's not like that was an absolute shocker pick. Zach Merritt with 115 as well. He's done the best out of all the ones I can see here. Dacos is 110, and even though that's not the best, like, it's not bad. Hayden Young even, like, finally starting to have his 100-point games. Like, this was a solid week for our Silvers. This is really good. It's just like a few extra points here and there, and it would have put us over the top. It's just the way the cookie crumbles, though. That is just how it goes sometimes. So that's all right. We are okay. We're going to move on to the next week and hopefully have ourselves a better performance here. So, by that being said, we're going to move to top team. And man, this was a rough top team week. A really rough top team week, especially here, top 4 in particular. So the one that's probably the most disappointing after a fantastic week the week before, Jordan Dawson dropped 60. Yeah, the second worst of the week. That is crazy after being the second best, but it just kind of tells me in my head that there's some that are a bit more consistent than him. So lucky we got him on the week he was good, unlucky we picked him this week. So I thank him for what he's done for me the last week, but we're going to have to change him up when it comes to the week 13 preview. We'll see how that goes. Cameron, I think he got injured at some point, but like considering like the lineups we've got right now, he was 6th best, so it's not the worst. We really could have done a lot worse. We probably could have picked Lukey Jackson, if I'm being honest, but I didn't expect him to have that type of game with Sean Darcy playing. And it was mainly because he was kicking goals, grabbing marks, and getting kicks. That's probably where most of his points came from, with the extra hitouts kind of sprinkled on. So he probably averaged about his usual 84, but those extra hitouts got him over the top. So what that means for us is that maybe we have to reconsider what we do with Luke Jackson. But surprisingly, Ginnivan was the one who topped it this week. 2 goals, 22 posies, very good for him. Like you can see last year he averaged 9, so 22 is a pretty big leap, and even big for his season average of 16 so far. So it's nice to see Ginnivan has probably found his home. But our 2 best ones ended up being Maxi Gorn, who came 2nd, and Nick Dacos, who came not 2nd, he came 6th. Honestly, not a bad performance from him. Luke Ryan with another fantastic game. All this together, mainly the Jordan Dawson and Jeremy Cameron picks, mainly Jordan Dawson to be fair, really ruined us for our top 4 rankings this week. 211, that is a tough round, but you can see, thankfully, there is no one really close to us who managed to get into the top 10. Obviously, there'll be some people who rose up. What this means is next week, we could be on the chopping block. Last week gave us a bit of room. We've already used up all that breathing room with a less than 400-point performance. We just can't be doing that. Gotta try and find those 100-point players. Without a doubt, has to be a priority. And with a 60-point midfield, that is awful. And of course, that being said, Noah Anderson, who's been doing that for us all season, he dropped 118. I hate this man with a passion. We go to top 18 though, and a few things here and there that we can maybe fix up. Jordan Ridley, not a bad pick this week at all, but nowhere near his amazing game last week. Liam Baker, finally starting to show that form that a lot of people had been seeing at the start of the year. Nick Newman, maybe a potential pick soon. But yeah, the Hayden Young pick did us wonders. Dacos was good. Dale and Ryan, man, they are staying in for as long as I can get them to play this well. This was a crazy week for those guys. 18 marks from Ryan. Yeah, he is getting to that point. And Bailey Dale, it seems now week after week, after he was put in that sub position for one of the games, I can't remember who against, but as soon as he was put in sub, he has now burst out with confidence. That man is on a mission, and it's great to see that we are making the most of that in the meantime. So happy with my backline for the most part. I didn't see Sinclair in there. Yeah, 84 was a bit meh from him. Maybe we make that change. We'll find out soon. Yeah, it was midfield that probably let us down the most. Merritt and Walsh both did very well. The Anderson pick from last week we could have had, but of course that went wrong. Sarong, he did pretty well. I don't know whether it was a mistake to take him out or whether I should have just taken him out with someone else, because we ended up switching him in for Martin and Steele, and neither of them did as well as he did. Martin with 97, Steele with 96, and yeah, we mentioned Jordan Dawson with 60. You never want to get someone that low in the midfield. You just want to always smash it out there. But we've also got here, the Cozzy pick I knew going in was a risk. I was just really hoping it didn't do us too poorly, and yeah, it has done us quite poorly. No goals. Like, that was a very sad performance from a Melbourne side who were just sad all around. But we look over at the other forwards. We've got Jeremy Cameron again, played well. Glad we had Mackay. Glad we had Kerno. Ryan, another bad game. Very scary stuff. The only 12 disposals. No marks and no goals. Man, that is like, very surprising. And then Langford, 20 points. He is having a very strange season. Just not effective whatsoever. I'm not sure whether he was injured. I cannot remember, honestly. But yeah, our forward line was quite poor this week. And it's probably the reason we didn't get ourselves a prize card. Yeah, the top 20. Last one being 1,701. Although it's nice to see Catman Sports get in there. I know he is a subscriber of the channel, so it's good to see him in there. But we are about 70 points off, which is disappointing for sure, but it's okay. We are absolutely all right. We can make some more changes here and there to hopefully fix it up. Although I'm looking at some of the scores and some of the people in there. JP, who looks to be the best player in top 18 at the moment, dropped a top 20 score. He actually dropped a top 5 with 4th position. So we, unfortunately, are about 150 points further away from him now, which is, yeah, we just can't afford to do that. Although I am not mad too much. A top 5 season ranking at the moment is definitely a positive sign and something I'm very happy with. So just gotta kind of think about next week, not worry about what we've gotten so far, and just worry about the prize cards now. I think we just gotta worry about the short-term goal, which is, yeah, our prize cards. Anyways, that's all I've got for you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you guys did well. Of course, I mentioned I saw Catman in there, which was great to see. I'm glad he's getting prize cards, but I know a bunch of you as of late have been getting your prize cards and been letting me know in streams and in comment sections. It's great to see. Hope you're all staying successful and doing well. Hopefully you're getting something insightful from me and it's working out in your favor. So again, appreciate all the support on these videos, and I thank you all very, very much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Good.